Welcome Ravens. We are about to usher in a new age for Armored Core and mech games in general. For the longest time, this series, alongside many other mecha franchises, has received little to no global acknowledgement, relying instead on a small but extremely dedicated community that cherishes the IP like few others do. For us long-term fans, it's been a grueling and long process of dealing with our copium on whether or not there would ever be room for another mainline Armored Core entry in From Software's catalog of now Games of the Year, bestsellers and system sellers. The wait is nearly over after 10 long years, and from what little we got to see concerning gameplay, aesthetics, and environments, I think it's safe to say the general direction seems to be steering towards exactly what we all love about these games. There have been some interesting developer interviews recently, where some information regarding gameplay mechanics, design philosophy and innovations to the formula has come to light. While the focus of Armored Core still lies in the interplay between the customization and the solution-driven mission-based structure, it appears some significant changes have been introduced to make for a much more engaging experience all around. We've been hinted at the existence of limited-use repair kits, denser and more intricate environments to traverse, where your specific build might actually matter regarding reaching certain areas, the ability to maneuver freely in 3D space, albeit limited by your AC's energy capacity, akin to older games, and perhaps more notably, the emphasis on more reaction and pattern-based boss encounters, borrowing from their knowledge gained from more recent titles. All of these make for what sounds like a more cohesive approach to what they have been trying to do all these years, through each iteration of the game, resulting in a sort of melting pot, featuring the best of hits from every generation. I think this is great news, even being a hardcore superfan as I am. I admit the games are often very focused on doing one thing specifically at the cost of some other aspects of gameplay, like how the 4th generation makes movement absolutely delightful, yet in doing so ultimately gives the player too much power, compromising a bit when it comes to difficulty and certainly feeling lackluster when it comes to the explorable environments, which I think do serve their purpose, but could be better. Regardless, this time around, they've had a long time to explore all avenues when it comes to delivering a focused experience. From's not the same company that was stringing together yearly releases to stay afloat, so I can hardly see a scenario where we don't get exactly what they think is the best version of Armored Core 6. And guess what? This time around it will be for everyone. Not that the previous ones weren't, of course, but consumer goodwill and faith in the team is at an all-time high. Interest in the series is bound to skyrocket, as it has been for a couple of months now, and there's been particular attention to the onboarding process of new players into the game, according to the devs. This doesn't mean the game will dumb down. I speculate that it just won't be as obtuse as it was before, making it accessible to a wider audience. In fact, I think we will have an unparalleled amount of options this time around, and a deeper moment-to-moment combat experience too. I'm hoping for a game that accommodates a lot of different playstyles, willing it into reality right now. That being said, the existing community of Ravens welcomes more pilots in arms to enjoy what the series has to offer. It's time for all the Soulspros to come have fun with us too, just like we did for the past decades enjoying some of the best the medium has to offer. I'm also positive that if the game sees decent commercial success, we might be looking at a renaissance for mech games in general. Competition sparks innovation in a much needed genre. We've had some members resisting the test of time, like the surprisingly fun Demon Ex Machina, and also works from passionate indie devs with titles like Hammer and Project Nimbus. But as much as I appreciate those games, they never quite scratch the itch for a full-blown Armored Core. Still, hats off to them for keeping the spirit alive. Speaking of AC itch, the Summer Games Fest is almost upon us, and I'm sure we are all excited for what could possibly be announced there. There's not much time left before the release of AC6, so one would think, if From wants to showcase more of the game, it would be inarguably the biggest event right now. I for one am huffing the hopium on full blast. I think we are going to get a major gameplay reveal, or at least some more information regarding how the game plays. I also want Bloodborne to come to PC, cough cough. In any case, we will just have to wait and see. Maybe my hunch is wrong and we'll all be bamboozled at the event, who knows? Maybe we can be positively surprised and get a double whammy. Let me know down in the comments if you think Armored Core 6 is going to open the floodgates for many new players to experience the genre, just like Elden Ring did, and what you think we are going to get at the upcoming Summer Games Fest. Until then, have a good one, and stay boosting.